Dear students, yesterday we were discussing about equilibrium constants. Equilibrium constant in terms of molar concentration as well as equilibrium constant in terms of partial pressure. So these two terms we studied yesterday. In today's class we are going to discuss the relationship between these two. The relationship between Kc as well as Kp. So this is a repeated public 5 mark question. Derive the relationship between Kp and Kc. So both are equilibrium constants. Here we measure equilibrium constant in terms of active mass and molar concentration. So here we measure in terms of partial pressure. So this is for gaseous state equilibrium. Okay. So first we take the general reaction. X mole of reactant A combines with Y mole of reactant B. It provides L moles of product C and M moles of product D. So we consider the general reaction. A and B are the reactants, C and D are the products. So these coefficients are representing number of moles. So as usual we can derive equilibrium constant in terms of active mass as well as partial pressure. So what is Kc? Equilibrium constant is the ratio of product of active mass of the products. So ratio of product of molar concentrations or active mass of the products, and each term is raised to the exponential power. So the coefficients will be mentioned as the powers to the product of active mass of reactants or molar concentration of reactants in the power X as well as Y for the reactants A and B respectively. So equilibrium constant is written in terms of active mass or molar concentration, which is defined as the ratio of product of molar concentration of products to the exponential power to the product of molar concentration of reactants raised to certain exponential power. So these are stoichiometric coefficients in the reversible reaction. Right. So equilibrium is reached. We have written equilibrium constant in terms of molar concentration or active mass. Then what about equilibrium constant in terms of partial pressure? If the reaction is taking place in a gaseous phase, equilibrium constant in terms of partial pressure is the product of partial pressure of products raised to the exponential power L and M divided by product of partial pressure of the reactants. So we have written equilibrium constants in terms of active mass as well as partial pressure. Now we need what is the relationship between these two equilibrium constant values. So we have a basic equation, PV is equal to nRT. So this is called an ideal gas equation. So in 6th lesson we will study in detail gas state lesson. This is the ideal gas equation, the basic equation for a gaseous state. So here we need a pressure. So pressure is equal to N by V RT. Okay. So this N by V is called active mass. So yesterday you studied what is the formula for active mass. So active mass is the ratio of number of moles to the total volume. So molar concentration or active mass is nothing but number of moles divided by total volume. Okay. So This is the concentration term or active mass. To take equilibrium constant in terms of partial pressure, so partial pressure of products C and B as well as reactants A and B have written. Partial pressure of C can be written as partial pressure of product C to the power L can be written as this is what pressure is equal to the product of active mass and RT. So these are the product of active mass and RT. R is the gas constant, T is the temperature. So we need the values of partial pressure of products and reactants in this formula. So partial pressure of a product C to the power L is equal to C power L RT power L. So using this ideal gas equation, we can write the partial pressure. Partial pressure is the product of active mass and RT. Okay. So here we have the product C. So active mass of product C. Active mass is nothing but what? Molar concentration of product C to the exponential power L. Then RT power L. Okay. The same way we may write it for another product D, exponential power M. So partial pressure is the product of active mass and RT, exponential power M. So mention M. Then partial pressure of product reactant A power X is nothing but the product of active mass of reactant and RT, exponential power X. The same way for another reactant. Partial pressure is the product of active mass of the reactant B and RT, exponential power Y. So equilibrium constant in terms of partial pressure is written this. Partial pressure of products C and D as well as reactants A and B, and each term is written with the help of ideal gas equation. Just to substitute all these values in this equation. Okay. So substitute the values here. Partial pressure of product C is active mass of product C and RT power L. Then partial pressure of product D. So partial pressure of product D is active mass of D and RT power M divided by partial pressure of reactants A and B should be mentioned. Partial pressure of reactant A is the product of active mass of reactant A and RT, exponential power X. Then partial pressure of reactant B is the product of active mass of reactant B and RT, power Y. So we have substituted, right? So partial pressure quantities have substituted in the Kp formula. Next, which is common? The RT is common. So C power L, D power M, RT power L and RT power M. So this can be written as RT power L plus M divided by active mass of reactants A and B, RT power X, RT power Y, RT power X, RT power Y. This can be written as RT power X plus Y. Then when it goes to the numerator, it can be written as what? This can be written as So the term is rearranged as RT power L plus M minus X plus Y. So this is equilibrium constant in terms of partial pressure. We have obtained this equation. Now this is what the ratio of product of active mass of the products to the product of active mass of the reactants, and each term is raised to an exponential power. This is nothing but equilibrium constant in terms of active mass or molar concentration. So this is nothing but what? C. So Kc. Kp is equal to Kc. So this is equilibrium constant in terms of active mass or molar concentration. RT power L plus M X plus minus X plus Y. So this can be changed as delta Ng. So this term can be written as delta Ng. Delta Ng means the difference between sum of number of moles of product and the sum of number of moles of reactant. So these are the coefficients of what? Product. L and M are the coefficients of products C and D. L represents number of moles of product C. M represents number of moles of product D. So the coefficients L and M are what? Number of moles of products C and D respectively. The same way, X and Y are the coefficients of reactants A and B in the reaction. These two are representing the number of moles of reactants A and B respectively. So this difference is called what? Delta Ng. Delta Ng is a difference between the sum of number of moles of product and the sum of number of moles of reactants. So these are number of moles of products, number of moles of reactants. So based on number of product, we add all the coefficient values, right? So that sum of number of mole of product minus sum of number of mole of reactant. So instead of this, you substitute delta Ng. So equilibrium constant in terms of partial pressure is equal to the product of equilibrium constant in terms of active mass and RT power delta Ng. So this is called relationship between Kp and Kc. This is a public 5 mark question. You have to derive that. So take the general equation. For the general equation, we may write Kc as well as Kp formula. Using the ideal gas equation, you just substitute the partial pressure of reactants and products. Finally, you will get the relationship between the Kp as well as Kc. So Kp is equal to Kc, RT power delta Ng. This is the difference between the sum of number of moles of products and the sum of number of moles of reactants. So with this, a 5 mark question is over. In the same 5 mark, there are 3 cases. So case 1, if delta Ng value is 0, what is the relationship between Kp and Kc? We know the relationship between Kp and Kc as Kp is equal to Kc RT power delta Ng. If the delta Ng value is 0, what will be the relationship between Kp as well as Kc? So Kp is equal to Kc RT power delta Ng value 0. Anything power 0? 1. So this will become what? 1. RT power 0 is nothing but 1. So what is the relationship between Kp and Kc? The value will be equal. Equilibrium constant in terms of partial pressure will be equal to the equilibrium constant in terms of active mass. If delta Ng value is 0, this is the relationship. For this, we may give examples. For that, we may consider hydrogen and iodine gases are combined to produce hydrogen iodide gas. So you may calculate the delta Ng value. Delta Ng is equal to sum of number of moles of products minus sum of number of moles of reactants. We have only one product. Number of moles, 2. Coefficient is nothing but what? number of moles. So we have 2 moles of product minus, we have 2 reactants, hydrogen and iodine. What are the coefficients? 1. If any number is not given, we assume that 1 is there. So 1 mole of hydrogen and 1 mole of iodine. So sum of number of moles of reactants. So 2 minus 2, 0. This is an example. In the same way, we may give one more example. Nitrogen gas combines with oxygen gas. It provides nitric oxide gas. What is the delta Ng value? Product 2 moles. Reactants 1 plus 1, 2. Delta Ng value 0. So this is case number 1. Then case number 2. If delta Ng value is positive, what is the relationship between Kp and Kc? For which we may consider an example. So this is a dissociation of phosphorus pentachloride to provide phosphorus trichloride as well as chlorine gas. Right? Calculate the delta Ng value. Delta Ng is equal to sum of number of moles of products. 1 mole of phosphorus pentachloride and 1 mole of chlorine gas. Sum of number of moles of reactants. We have only one reactant. So 2 minus 1, 1. Okay. So delta Ng value is a positive value. What is the relationship between Kp and Kc? RT power 1. RT power 1 means we will get a value due to the multiplication of Kc gas constant temperature. By multiplying all these value only, we will get Kp. Right? So when we compare these two values, Kp value is a larger value, right? Because Kc is multiplied by gas constant and temperature means the value will be equal to Kp. So which is a higher value, Kp, than the Kc. So the relationship between Kp and Kc, if delta Ng is a positive value, is Kp is greater than Kc. Okay. One more example can be written for that ammonia decomposition can be considered. Ammonia gas is decomposed to provide nitrogen gas and hydrogen gas. You may calculate delta Ng. Number of moles of products 1 plus 3. 1 and 3. 1 mole of nitrogen and 3 mole of hydrogen. Then what about reactant? 2. So delta Ng value 2. For the dissociation of ammonia, we get the positive value. Delta Ng value as a positive value. So automatically Kp value will be greater than Kc. Then case 3. If delta Ng value is negative, take hydrogen gas and oxygen gas. They are combining to provide water molecule. So calculate delta Ng value. Number of moles of products 2. Sum of number of moles of reactants 2 plus 1. Coefficient 1 here. So minus 1. Take another example. Sulfur dioxide gas combines with oxygen gas. It provides sulfur trioxide gas. What about delta Ng value? Number of moles of products 2, number of moles of reactants 3, minus 1. So if delta Ng value is negative, what is the relationship between Kp and Kc? So Kp is equal to Kc RT power minus 1. So this can be written as RT, Kc by RT, and this can be rearranged as Kp RT is equal to Kc. And which value will be higher value? This one. If Kp value is multiplied by gas constant and temperature, it will be equal to Kc. So automatically we can assume that Kc is greater than Kp. So if delta Ng is a negative value, Kc value is greater than Kp. Okay, so these three are the different cases to find the relationship between Kp as well as Kc. So with this, the 5 mark question is over. Derive the relationship between Kp and Kc. Next, a problem. Consider the equation x mole of A, y mole of B combines together to produce L mole of product C as well as M mole of product D. So what is equilibrium constant Kc? The ratio of product of molar concentration of a products to the product of molar concentration of reactants, and each concentration term is raised to an exponential power. Then for the forward reaction we have written this one. For the forward reaction, these two are reactants, these two are product. What about reverse reaction, backward reaction? L moles of C, M moles of D will provide X mole of A and Y mole of B. For this we may write equilibrium constant. To differentiate, you just write the equilibrium constant as Kc dash. As usual, equilibrium constant is the ratio of product of molar concentration of the products to the product of molar concentration of the reactants. Right. So for the reverse reaction, these two are the products, these two will be the reactants. Products are A and B, reactants are C and D. For this we have written equilibrium constant, which is denoted as Kc dash. Now what is the relationship between these two? Both are not directly proportional. So reciprocal of another one. Equilibrium constant of one term is the reciprocal of another term. So the relationship is Kc is equal to 1 by Kc dash, or else Kc dash is equal to 1 by Kc. So this is the relationship. So this is called a formation equilibrium process. So this equilibrium constant is called formation equilibrium constant. Okay. So Kc is called formation equilibrium constant. Okay. Next one, the reverse process. If the process is a dissociation, it's called a dissociation equilibrium constant. Okay. So always these two equilibrium constants are indirectly proportional. So one is a reciprocal of another one. So this is first problem. Next one, substance A provides B, B gives C, substance C gives D. Equilibrium constant for each step is given as K1, K2, K3. Substance A can give substance D directly equilibrium constant K4. Now, what is the relationship among all these equilibrium constants? So, stepwise formation, A gives D by a stepwise formation, or directly A will be converted into D. For each step, a equilibrium constant is given. So, K1 is nothing but what? Concentration of product B divided by concentration of reactant A. Then K2 is equal to concentration of product C divided by reactant B. All the coefficients are 1. Okay, number of moles 1. Then K3, a ratio of concentration of product D to the concentration of reactant C. K4, concentration of product D divided by concentration of reactant A. Now what is the relationship? Just to multiply K1, K2, K3. So when you multiply, just to multiply these 3, so which will be cancelled? C and C will be cancelled, B and B will be cancelled. The concentration of C as well as concentration of B will be cancelled. Remaining concentration of D divided by concentration of A. So this is nothing but what? K4. So K4 is equal to K1, K2, K3. So all these are 3-mark problems. Okay. So what is the relationship between equilibrium constants K1, K2, K3 and K4? Next, another 3-mark problem. Nitrogen gas combines with oxygen gas. It forms nitric oxide gas. Equilibrium constant is taken as K1. Next, nitric oxide combines with oxygen. It forms nitrogen dioxide. Equilibrium constant is taken as K2. Then directly nitrogen gas combines with oxygen gas to provide nitrogen dioxide gas. We take equilibrium constant as K3. Now the question is, what is the relationship among the 3? Okay. So first we may write K1. K1 is equal to concentration of product NO divided by concentration of reactant nitrogen gas and oxygen gas. So reactant side coefficient 1, product side coefficient 2, so power 2. K2 is equal to concentration of product power 2 divided by reactants nitric oxide exponential power 2 and oxygen K1, K2 over. Then K3 is equal to concentration of product nitrogen dioxide power 2 divided by concentration of reactant nitrogen and oxygen. Okay, just to multiply these two, K1 and K2. When you multiply these two, what will happen? Which will be cancelled? Multiply these two. Numerator K1 multiplied by K2, nitric oxide power 2, concentration of nitrogen and oxygen, K2, concentration of nitrogen dioxide power 2 divided by nitric oxide power 2 and oxygen. So which will be cancelled? This will be cancelled. Remaining concentration of nitrogen dioxide power 2 divided by concentration of nitrogen and the concentration of oxygen power 2. So 1 plus 1, 2. So this is what? K3. So K3 is nothing but concentration of nitrogen dioxide power 2, reactants nitrogen and oxygen power 2. So when we multiply K1 and K2, we get K3. So the relationship between K1, K2 and K3 is this one. So this is a 3-mark question. So today we have completed the relationship between Kp and Kc. Tomorrow we continue equilibrium constant for heterogeneous equilibrium and the applications of equilibrium constant. Thank you.